Chinese tariffs on a wide array of U.S. agricultural products were set to take effect Monday, as Beijing remains defiant in the face of U.S. pressure, at the same time as urging Washington to come to the negotiating table. Beijing last week said it would impose tariffs of up to 15% on a raft of U.S. farm products from March 10th, targeting some of the United States' most important exports to China. China is the largest market for American farm products, last year importing almost $20 billion in soybeans, corn, cotton, and the other U.S. farm products that will be subject to the new tariffs, according to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The measures were in retaliation for Trump's decision earlier this month to increase tariffs on Chinese products by another 10%, on top of the 10% imposed last month, bringing the total duty on some Chinese products to 45%. Beijing also placed export controls and trade restrictions on more than 20 U.S. companies. Trump has also been threatening to impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico, but last week postponed his plans for another month after talks with the leaders of those countries. Although top Trump administration officials, including Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, have had calls with their Chinese counterparts, the president has had no such conversation with his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping. In addition to weak spending and high unemployment, China is experiencing stubborn deflation. Data on Sunday showed consumer prices dropped further in February, falling 0.7% from a year earlier. But China has relatively few cards to play, given that it runs an enormous trade surplus, approaching $300 billion last year with the United States. Beijing has instead retaliated with a variety of novel measures. The retaliatory package by Chinese authorities last week included moves to restrict imports of gene sequencing technology from American biotech company Illumina, and an investigation into whether an American fiber optics company was skirting Beijing's earlier anti-dumping measures. China has, however, also signaled it is open to negotiations with the Trump administration. On the same day as hitting back against tariffs, Chinese authorities released a white paper claiming that its law enforcement agencies were cracking down on the production and shipment of fentanyl-related substances.